Hello and welcome to Homebrew Adventures, the RPG show where we take wannabe adventurers and take them through a one-shot adventure created by you, the listener. I am your Dungeon Master, Corey Keller. Join me every episode where I take our group of heroes who like to dungeons and sometimes dragons, and we will see if they survive. Do they have what it takes? Is your adventure challenging? Let's find out on Homebrew Adventures. Varak, you recording?
Yep, I'm recording.
All right, here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Do you guys remember where we left off last time?
I do.
Varak is gone.
So are
Somebody
you.
grabbed me from behind, and I think it was just me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think it is just you. And you're drunk, Johnny. On
Tell me something I don't know.
fictional alcohol.
Or I'll just go ahead and set the scene. Okay, so Varak, you feel the arms wrap around your mouth to cover you from any screams. You also feel the arms wrap around your lower body as you are taken away into the woods. And Turk, you now you hear a noise and you turn, and as you turn and look, you see two hooded figures with your fellow fighter Varak as they turn the corner of this giant stone mansion that you guys find yourselves at. And as you turn and see Varak being carried away, you also hear the sound of, "Hey, he's gonna turn it any minute. Let's kill him!" And you turn and you see two men drawing their knives on Johnny as he's pretending to be drunk, and he's about to be run through by two men. What do you do?
Holy crap.
Goodness.
That's a good question. Kind of just sprung that on me. Well, I'm only one person, so shoot.
Varak has just been taken around the corner out of sight, and Johnny's about to get run in by two of these
Can I do
thug-looking
anything?
guys.
Well,
Right now, it's Turk's decision. This is her split-second
do they
moment.
see me?
The two men with Johnny do not know you're there, but the two hooded figures do know you were there.
And how many are surrounded around Johnny?
Two, they're in front of him. They're not surrounded him, but they're in front of him.
Oh boy. Should I just try and like shoot a arrow here?
You tell me.
What do y'all think?
They can't tell you. You're by
dang it.
yourself.
Why? I hate this. This so much. Okay, let me see if I have anything fancy.
Come on, they're taking your friend further and further away. He's about to be run
okay.
through.
How far away? How many feet?
The men
Yeah.
that are with Johnny,
Yeah.
they're about 20 feet. You're about 20 feet in the woods.
Okay, if there's just two of them, I'm actually gonna see if I can, use my longbow to maybe hit one of them.
Okay, which one do you want? There's one on the left, one on the right.
Do they both have weapons drawn?
Yep. They both
Dang
have
it.
swords drawn.
Okay, left. Why not?
All right. Roll to hit. You do have advantage since they don't see you.
Yay! Okay, let's see here. All right, 15 plus stuff, and
Yes, that hits.
3 plus stuff.
Yeah, so take the first one. Yep, that hits.
Okay.
All right, so roll for damage.
Okay, so if I rolled a 15 plus 9, do you think it's good enough for it to go through both of them?
No.
I had to try.
Good try.
Oh no. I rolled a 1, but I get plus 3, so
4 damage.
4 damage.
All right, so out of the woods, they hear this arrow just swoosh. And Johnny, you hear the noise of the arrow, and you automatically know that was Turk that shot an arrow off, and you kind of lean to your left so the arrow can pass by as it hits the guy in the right shoulder that's on your left-hand side.
And then real quick, I just want to can I do an action surge to hit the other guy?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to try that. Okay, 19 plus 9.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. And then, 2 plus 3, so a little more.
All right, so Johnny, you see the arrow go through and hit the guy's right shoulder that's on your left-hand side, and then as the guy on the left turns to see what's going on, he's like, "Hurry!" He takes a step towards you, Johnny, and another arrow comes out of the woods, hits him in his left shoulder, and knocks him back. Johnny, what do you do?
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep up my ruse, and about how far ahead of me are they?
They're within arm's reach of you.
Okay, cool.
So you're like right there with them.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue acting drunk, and I'm gonna be like, oh, "We're under attack," and I'm going to walk in between them and get behind them and like point to the woods.
Point to the woods toward
where the arrows came from.
Okay.
And
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
look,
So you're pointing towards the woods to where Turk is, and you're doing your whole ruse of, "Oh, we're under attack," and both of the guys they say, "Oh, this isn't worth it. We're not getting paid enough." And they're kind of freaking out, and they're kind of looking around, not knowing what to do. One of them stumbles as he's trying to turn around, while the other one starts to run back to the front of this mansion on the left-hand side there.
Am I able to kind of...
Wait, hold on. So they have to run past me, right?
Yes, now they have to run past you. So you
okay.
can take a, you know what that's called.
An attack? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was mostly damaged?
The
one on the right had one more point of damage.
the one running past you is the most damage.
Which way is the other guy running?
He stumbled and fell.
Okay, cool. Then the one that's running to me, would it be safe to say that I have advantage? Is that a thing that I have?
Yes, because he is not caring about you. He's just running past you to get back to the inside of this building. So I would say you have an advantage since
Cool.
he's wide open.
Cool. Then I need to look up what sneak attack does. I think it's a thing that I get to add. Hold on a second.
While he's doing that, am I able to kind of creep to see where they're taking Varak?
Yeah, we'll say you're heading that direction.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're
check
heading
out-
in that direction.
Take care of my homies.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna attack the guy on the right. Or the guy that's running past me, and that is 16 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So where's my D8 and my D6? So 6 points of damage to him as he runs.
Explain how you kill him.
I just kind of like stick my rapier out and let him like run into me. Like I just like stick it and he just like runs into it, and then I get real close, and as I see the life fading from his eyes, I just whisper, "I'm not drunk," and then pull
Jeez, dude.
pull the rapier out, and I guess
It's his own fault.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have said who's drunk now. That would have been better.
Too late. He's dead.
Dang it.
That was your last words.
Missed opportunity.
All right, so back to Turk. You are now heading in the direction of where you saw Varak taken. As you arrive to the corner and you turn the corner to look, they are nowhere in sight.
Oh, crap.
Varak,
Crap. Yeah.
you are now being carried. They turn another corner as they are heading to the entrance of this building, which is up in the front on the north side of the building. You are struggling to fight. You have two of them grasping you, still on the move. What do you do?
Gosh. You know that bottle of poisonous goo?
Yes.
I take it and I stab it into one of the guys.
All right, so your arms are bound right now. So you can try to like finesse it out of your pocket a little bit, but I'm going to need you to roll a dexterity check.
Okay. I never remember which one the checks are. What is it, a 20 and then plus your modifier?
Yes, you roll the d20 plus your dex modifier.
Okay. Oh gosh. 9.
You accidentally drop the bottle out of your pocket while you were trying to maneuver it, and it smashes on the floor, and they keep running.
Okay. So a second attempt or what? Like, do I do something else? Not the same thing.
So you're being carried further in now.
Yeah.
They have breached the front door, and they are still heading in. And I need you to go ahead and make one more dex saving throw for me.
Crap. A 9 again.
Okay. You feel a heavy, blunt force on the back of your head, and you are knocked out. All right, so
Good turn.
Johnny, you now see that Turk had ran to the other side. You still have a guy that's on the ground, kind of fumbling to get up. You see a guy dead at your feet. What do you do?
I'm going to like step on him so he can't get away. And then like hold my rapier to his throat and just be like, oh, okay, all right, calm down.
Who are you?
Come on, you know who I am.
That's the thing, I don't.
Don't, okay, you know what? Fine. You don't have to be a fan, I get it, but, what's going on here?
I'm not really supposed to tell anybody.
I slowly inch the rapier closer to his throat.
Okay, take it easy. Look, I don't really know what all's going on. I just know that I'm supposed to fill these barrels, and we take these barrels to town. All right, it's just another job.
So you're in it for the money.
Of course I'm in it for the money. What else would I be doing this for?
How much are they paying you?
I can't tell you that.
I slowly inch the rapier closer to his throat.
As you do that, there's some blood starts to trickle down as it's nice and firm against the throat. He's like, okay, look, I don't really know who's in charge. I take orders from my captain, and all I know is there's some hooded figures that are pulling the strings. Okay, they're the ones that hired our captain. Our captain hired us. They pay him, he pays us. I swear that's all I know. I just take orders from the captain.
And how much would it cost for me to be your captain?
How much you got?
Come on. I have all the bargaining chips here. You tell me.
Look, I tell you what, just let me go. I don't want to die. This ain't worth dying for.
Here's your options.
Okay.
I'm obviously good. I mean, look at your buddy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
If you leave, they'll know. And they'll come after you. But if you help me...
I'm just a little guy.
Hush.
Okay,
hush.
yes.
Because here's the thing.
Sir.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, if I go in there and you leave, then they're going to know it was you. But if we work it together, I can protect you. Because I can go in there and I might be able to take care of all of them. A few of them might get away. Like you yourself want to get away. And then they're going to come after you. Because you're the one who let me in there. But if you help me, I can get in there a little bit quieter. A little bit sneakier. Give me some more information. What's the lay of the land in there? And I might throw some gold your way. I might not. But you'll definitely live, and I'll keep you safe.
I tell you what, if you can guarantee that you won't kill me and you'll just let me leave, look, I can at least get you inside and get you around the first couple rooms, but there's a lot of them in there, man.
Yeah, I'm not afraid. And I promise, I won't kill you.
Okay. Look, take my buddy's coat. At least put a little something on. You stand out like a sore thumb.
Okay. I don't insult your fashion sense, jerk.
I'm talking about the scales.
I polished them yesterday.
How dare you?
I put the coat on and I'm like, yeah, this looks good. It's covered in blood.
Yeah, we're all covered in blood at some point. We go back to Turk. Turk, you don't see Varak anywhere, but you hear the noise of Johnny talking with somebody. What do you want to do now?
Well, I kind of, from hearing, I think Johnny's kind of got it under control over there. So I kind of just walk alongside. Am I up next to the building now?
Yeah, you're on the far end on the west side of the building.
And they have to be over there. So I'm just going to keep kind of walking. And
So you're going to be heading north now along the wall, if that's what you want to do.
I'm assuming so, because that's where I think they went. And so I'm just going to keep walking until I kind of see like maybe a doorway or, I don't know, like footprints or anything.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that they went this way. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of like,
drag
dirt
marks.
kicked up. Well, they're not dragging him, they're carrying him. But there's it's definitely obvious to tell that they ran this way.
Okay.
Just because there's still some loose dirt kind of floating in the air. Okay.
Trail.
Roll me a stealth check.
Ooh, yes, please. Oh man, I was like, +5. This is gonna be awesome. I rolled a 2, so 2 + 5. Is that enough?
Okay. So, as you are kind of walking along that side of the castle, or not really castle, it's more of like a giant mansion type thing. There are windows above, about where the second floor would be, and as you're heading north, there's like another. Each one of these four corners has like a square. I guess kind of like a turret that kind of sticks out on each corner, that has like watch points, with windows. And so the one on the far north, there is a guy up there who spots you while you're going along the side of the castle, and you hear some yelling saying, "Hey, is that one of ours?"
Yes. I keep walking.
And then you hear shouting, but you don't know what is being yelled.
Okay. Well, I guess Are there trees around? Like
where you're walking? No, there's trees about 20 feet. Like this is like encircled in trees, like this manor. So if you go about 20, 30 feet further to the west, there's a tree line.
Okay, I go in the tree line.
Okay. All right. Johnny, what are you doing?
What am I doing? I am.
So you got this guy helping you.
Yeah.
So what's your next plan?
Yeah. Well, I want him to help me get inside. Like,
okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So he told you to put the jacket on. Mm-hmm. So he kind of, gets himself together, calms his nerves a little bit, and he's like, "Dude, did you really drink that stuff?"
I'll never tell.
Because man, if you did that stuff, like you're gonna die, and you're gonna turn into this like zombie-like creature that just oozes black stuff everywhere.
I've drank a lot of stuff in my day.
Okay, but I'm saying if you turning, I'm running. I'll take my chances.
I mean, hey, if I'm turning, then I'm earning, right? And I go for a high five.
He reluctantly high fives you back.
Oh, okay. So where's he taking me?
Yep. So you are now on the east side. So you're on the east side of this building. So you and Turk are completely separated. So this should be fun.
You're the one that did this to us.
You chose to walk that way. And
I had
so
to.
you and this guy are walking to the north side, and he kind of's like, "Hey, there's a barrel along the way." He's like, "Here, help me carry this barrel and make it look like we're working."
I helped him.
And so he tells you to carry the barrel. And yeah, sure enough, you guys turn the corner on the north side. And as you do, you see kind of a big gate, a stationary standing gate with like a door in the middle of the gate. And you go through that, and you now see that you are inside of a courtyard. And in this courtyard, you can look up as this stone fortress comes into view, and the only way in appears to be the large set of doors that are in front of you that are slightly ajar, from people going in and out of the building. He says, "Well, there's no turning back now. You still want to do this?"
I'm like, This is the only way in, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.
All right, and then as you guys are about to enter the building, Turk, you are now in the woods. You hear some shouting still. Johnny, while you were at the front entrance, you also start to hear some shouting, kind of like alarming shouting, not knowing necessarily what's going on. But Turk, what do you do?
I'm just trying to find where Varak went. So if there's only, I mean, I guess I didn't hear there's only one way in, but so I just am I coming up to anything like any kind of clearing to kind of see like where they went, and is there any indication except for because they can't be that far ahead of me? Like, what am I seeing here? Do I need to roll a perception check
do a perception
or something?
check. Yeah, do a perception check.
Okay. All right, 10 plus 3, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
The woods you just ran into are pretty rough and overgrown. So there's no signs of anything really going through here because it's pretty overgrown and rough. You're kind of having to hop along through there,
I'm in the woods to kind of keep myself out of like.
So are you wanting to look like towards the castle area?
Yeah, because that's where the path was.
Oh, okay,
so,
yeah. You don't see. I mean, there's no like physical signs that a halfling was carried by two men, but just the path that you had seen of dust getting kicked up, which the dust has settled by now, but there's no way to really tell.
So I guess I just keep walking. So I mean,
are you walking the tree line, or
yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm walking that to kind of see what's alongside the castle. So
Okay, so you're walking the tree line. Okay, Varak,
Yes.
you begin to come to. Your head is dizzy. You're seeing stars a little bit as you start to kind of wake up. And as you wake up, your hands, they are bound behind your back. Your feet are also tied together at the ankles. Mm-hmm. And as you kind of come to, you notice that you are in a pretty small room. It's not terribly big. It's kind of damp. It feels a little wet for some reason. You hear this weird kind of sound of water flapping to your left. And as you kind of wake up and you look to your left, you see this giant round, it looks like a giant mirror, but it's waving. It's like water that's sitting in a giant circle against the wall with this stone cut archway above it. As it's like a glassy, watery surface that seems to be just there in midair. And it is guarded by two cloaked figures, and you cannot see their faces. And as you come to, they kind of set their eyes on you, and it's hard to determine under the cloak because of how dark it is in this room with very little light to tell who they are. What do you do?
I notice that it's kind of wet because I pissed myself.
And you check, and sure enough, you did.
Sure enough. Gosh, what am I gonna do? I don't want this.
Hard.
I know.
This is a weird one.
I don't want this. Well, I'm already pretty physically tied down right now. So I'm just gonna like not act like I'm awake and coming to, but kind of just like I kind of fell over on my side and see if they kind of like jump or anything.
All right, so you kind of fall to your side to see if they do anything.
With like half an eye open, yeah.
Yeah. Nope. They just keep staring at you. Then they look at each other, and then they stare back at you. And one of them, he walks towards you slowly, and he kind of grabs you by the shoulders and sits you up. And he kind of checks you over and notices that you have some of the nastiness that is, that black ooze still, that because you're still infected. You haven't been fully healed of it yet because of what this stuff is.
I look at him, or my eyes are shut, and I do that whole like horror movie thing where I'm like, and open my eyes really fast. and I'm like,
no reaction.
Damn it.
Oh my gosh,
And,
that would have made me pee my pants.
Right? I thought so. I thought I had some. Anyways, so I'm like, yeah, I'm still infected. What up? And I'm like, you want this? Because I'll bite you. And I just kind of like start gnarling.
And you hear a chuckle coming from under the cloak.
No.
And he throws the hood back, and it's none other than someone you've met before.
of course.
It's crazy old Kook.
Crazy old kook.
Oh, hey everybody. It's me again, Corey, your dungeon master and your favorite person on this podcast. Just don't tell the others that I said that. Hopefully they're not listening to this episode. But anyways, thanks again, guys, for tuning in on another episode. This week was a lot of fun, and boy, well, I can't really give it away because you still got more to listen to, but man, this episode gets tense. So we're really excited about it, and we really would love to hear your feedback on this episode and really any of the other episodes that you have listened to. Please write us. You can write us at hbapodcast@gmail.com. You can send us tweets. You can hit us up on that Instagram. Share some of those pictures with us. You can find us at HBA The Podcast. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a blast. We've started recording these episodes in different cities, so we do the whole over the internet thing, and it's been fun. It's not the same as being in the same room, but I love these guys, and we still get to record these episodes and keep this show rolling. So if you guys have any ideas for our show, any adventures you want to recommend that we run, we're always taking submissions, so send us those emails, send us those suggestions, because we want to thank you, Marc Cunningham, for letting us run Plague of the Forest Kingdom on this podcast. It's been a lot of fun, and your adventure could be on this podcast. You just have to let us know. Let's talk about some sponsors this week. So this week's sponsor is Audible. Audible is offering all of you here at Homebrew Adventures a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. And this week, I'm going to personally recommend a book for you. How about Eye of Minds by James Dashner? It is the first book in the Mortality Doctrine, a series set in a world of hyper-advanced technology, cyber-terrorists, and gaming beyond your wildest dreams and your worst nightmares. Ooh, now doesn't that sound fascinating? But to download your free audiobook, all you got to do, I guess, is go to audibletrial.com/homebrew adventures. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/homebrew adventures. And you can get your free audiobook. I mean, what's better than listening to a book? Well, I guess reading it. But, sometimes you get busy and you got to listen to it. So head on to Audible and get that free month on us as a way of saying thanks for listening. But so that's our sponsor for the week. We're working on some new sponsors, and we are excited to let you know who those are. Probably by the next episode, we'll let you know who the new sponsor is. We're pretty excited about it. But anyways, thanks again for listening, guys, and I'm not going to take up any more of your time, so here is the rest of the episode. Crazy old kook.
That guy.
Of course.
He says, "Well, hello, my friend. Fancy meeting you under the same circumstances again."
Yeah, well, I have bad luck, so whatever.
He's like, "Shall I do what I did last time?"
Please?
Please, okay, yes. He goes to just to the little kind of side table that's in there. He grabs a little bowl. He pulls something from under his cloak and pours a liquid. And he comes back to you and he says, "Here, take this. Same thing as last time." Well, I guess you can't take it. He offers it to you. Do you accept it?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm a little bit scared now. I say only if you have a little bit first.
He says, "Oh, sure, we have this all the time. I mean, this one took me a while to mesh up." And he takes a sip of it, and he's like, I may put a little too much lizard's tail in this one."
Well,
And he offers it back.
Funny enough, I love lizard tail, so I take it.
All right, yep, sure enough, you take this, and and all of a sudden, kind of the same as last time, you feel your veins kind of start to tingle, and it's like that blackness is just kind of being sucked out of your body. You feel right where that wound was from that nasty little bite, because you keep getting bit for some reason.
I do.
And it kind of heals up, and you feel pretty good.
Good. I say, untie me, you winch.
He says, no, 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 I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Why not? You're an able-bodied man. Undo it.
He says, but isn't Talina great? She has healed you.
Yeah, she's awesome. Great. Can you have her untie me too?
No, I'm sorry. I can't do that. You see, you and your friends are in the woods, and you're poking your nose where it doesn't belong.
Where are we? Where am I poking it? How am I supposed to know? We're just adventurers.
Where am I poking at? Is
Exactly.
that what you said?
That's what I said.
Adventurers shouldn't be around here in Cormyr anymore, so we're going to have to, just send you along your way. Not in a good way, that is.
Ooh.
Come again?
And he heads back to that same little table, and he pours something else into a bowl, and he comes back to you and he says, but I will offer you this. If you decide now to convert to Talina, you can become one of us, and we'll forget this ever happened, and you could just join us. It is so wonderful. And he offers you this bowl of this black liquid.
Since I can't reach for it, I sort of crane forward like I'm about to drink, and I say, well, wait, who is us? Who are you anyways? How am I supposed to know? Who are you?
He says, us, we're the children of Talina. She has graced us with life and death. She has death, but she also offers the antidote. And he says, I'm afraid those are your choices, my friend.
How far away is that, like, kind of water mirror thing from me?
It's about 30 feet to your left, so it's definitely out of reach.
30 feet, man. And my feet are bound?
Yes, because you are on one side against the wall, and that is completely... So it's like a 30 by 30 room.
Yeah.
And so you're on the complete opposite end of where that watery mirror is. And your feet are bound by your ankles, and your hands are tied behind your back.
So what happens if I drink this then? I know I become one of you, but what's the transformation look like?
That lets Talina know that you are a disciple, and it is your way of saying that yes, you will serve her. And anytime you come close to death, you just get to take the antidote from Talina, but you can't ever be the same again.
You know what? That could work for me. That could work for me, crazy old kook. But I think we could probably get two of my friends, because we're adventurers. We come near death all the time. That's what we do. We basically almost die like every 2 weeks. So what if we go find everybody? Because I'm sold. You are a true disciple. What if we go and get my little friends and we all just kind of do this whole thing together?
Oh, don't worry. Your friends are already being sought out.
Well, sharing's caring, so I'm going to patiently wait while we go to them, or you bring them here, however you want to do it.
And he looks at you and says, oh, what a shame. You could have had everything, life and death in your hands. He says, but you will just now have to wait and see. And as he says that, he stands back up and places the bowl back on the table. And you hear a rumble coming from the mirror, and you see another hooded figure come from that watery mirror, like he just kind of comes out of nowhere through that. And he looks at the crazy old kook who just put the bowl down. He whispers something in his ear. Crazy old kook whispers something back, and that same guy that just came in leaves back through the watery glass mirror thing again.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is the watery mirror thing? Does it look like the portal that took us from Weymouth to the other place, the brewery town?
I can't answer that for you because you were not in the room. You've never seen this yet.
So that's a yes. Like,
But that's something Varak could ask.
Well, I was gonna make a run for it, but I'm too bound up. But yeah, I'll ask that.
No, you've never seen anything like this before.
Okay.
It is something completely different. And Varak, I'm going to go ahead and offer this to you. So while you are bound, you can make stealth checks. If you can successfully make 3 successful stealth checks, then your hands will be unbound. But if you fail 3 times, something bad might happen.
Deal.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
So if you want to make one of your checks now, you can.
Okay.
This is a lot of fun.
Is it all right, let's see. 21.
20 plus your stealth.
21.
Ooh.
Was it really?
Well, 19.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Why
like
would he
worth.
lie?
That's like worth. That's worth 2 successes, I think.
I would think so.
Yeah.
If it was a nat 20, it'd be worth 2.
Dang it.
I wouldn't be surprised if his stealth is only +1.
It's +2. So am I doing these
All right,
one
so
after
that's
the
one
other,
success.
or is this
Nope, we're going to now change narrative.
okay?
We are back to you, Johnny. You have now just entered the main entrance of. You are now in what appears to be a mess hall. The room is full of tables covered in ancient dishes. At the back of the room is a large fireplace. On either side of the fireplace, mounted on the wall, is the heads of a giant elk. And as you look in this room, there's actually nobody in this main hall, this mess hall, but there are 2 doors on the left wall and there are 2 doors on the right wall.
Okay. I ask. Oh boy, what the doors lead to?
Well, I mean, see what? Well, tell me what you're looking for, and I can tell you the best way to get there.
I think I've just found the flaw in my plan. I don't know what I'm looking for. I was just kind of like, it's just running at this point. What I'm looking for is answers. Because I don't know that Varak's been captured, right?
That's right. You don't know why Turk left either.
Okay. All right. So I'll say that I'm going to assume, because the way Johnny acts is 9 times out of 10, he has a plan. It may not be well thought out, but he has a plan. He just doesn't tell people that he has a plan. And so
Okay.
I'm just going to assume that they're like picking up on that and they're like, they've got a plan. So I'm just going to assume things are well and try to get answers. So I'm gonna say that's what I want. I'm looking for answers. I want to figure out what's going on and why all the people are getting sick.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, I guess, where we keep the barrels. I'll tell you what. I could tell you where we keep the barrels, or I could probably tell you where my captain's at.
How big of a guy is your captain? How big is he?
Well, he's bigger than you. He's a pretty stocky guy.
What kind of race is he?
What?
Wow.
What kind of race is he?
Wow, that's kind of a weird thing to ask.
Man.
I'm a dragonborn. We get it all the time.
I mean, he's a human.
Oh,
I mean,
what's his name?
all of us are human in here.
What's his name?
We just call him Captain. He doesn't ever let us call him anything else.
Old Cappy.
What does he look like?
Well, look for the biggest guy here. He's bald-headed.
Me? Okay, I'm your captain.
He's got a scar on his right eye.
Okay.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, he wears a lot of armor.
A lot of armor. Bald.
Yeah, it's leather,
Leather
but he's
armor.
pretty stacked.
Okay. Ripped. Works out a lot.
Oh yeah, every day.
Okay.
So, do you want him to tell you where the captain's at? Is that what you said?
Before I do, I'm gonna ask him. Like, is the captain usually alone, or does he usually have folks with him?
Depends. If he's in his library, he's alone. But if he's out working, he's always got his 2 guys with him, and they just kind of go over orders. But he likes his solitude in the library sometimes. I'm not sure where he's at right now, but he's in one of those 2 places.
Okay. Where's the library?
Library's upstairs.
Where? How do we get there?
There's stairs on either side here. So he explains to you that if you go to the left, there's stairs to the north side, of the building, but if you head further back to the back right door, there's another set of stairs. So there's the set of stairs are in opposite corners, one on the southwest side and one on the northeast side. He says the stairs to the north, or actually, he says the stairs to the southeast side, or sorry, southwest side. I'm getting my directions totally messed up. The southwest side are probably the quickest way to get to him, but that's also where most of the action is happening, as far as like people walking back and forth. He says if you go to the northeast stairs, there's still going to be a few of his partners walking around, but not as many.
We'll go. We'll go with the less trafficked area.
All right, less trafficked area. Okay, so
And
you
I want him to
immediately
lead the
go
way.
to your left, which is heading towards the east side of the manor. And as you do that, you walk into what seems to be it's just a hallway.
Okay, I want him in front of me.
Okay, yeah, totally. He's leading the way. Yeah, I assume that.
Okay.
So he's leading the way, and he is now leading you into a hallway. So he says, all right, it's just up here to the left. You're passing a hallway where there's 3 or 4 doors to your right-hand side as you're heading north up the hallway, and there is another door. And he opens the door, and this room is lined with mostly empty shelves, a few old bed linens sitting here. It's a little dusty in this area. And he's like, we only ever use this thing for bed sheets. And then he opens up another door, and you see the stairwell, and you see 4 guys just hanging out in the stairwell having a smoke break. And Turk, we are now back to you. You are in the tree line, and what do you do?
This is a riveting plot line from old Turk here.
Yeah.
So
at this point, like, you heard the yelling, and as Johnny and his compadre had entered that hallway on the east side of the building from the inside, there's 2 or 3 of these thug-looking guys that are rushing out the courtyard. So Johnny didn't see them run past as they exited that mess hall. These other guys come from the other side of the building, out the mess hall, out the courtyard to the front, and from your line of sight in the trees, you see 3 guys come out and kind of fan out, and they're kind of looking around because of that one guy that spotted you. So you have 3 guys on the outside kind of just poking around, but they don't know where you're at.
okay, well, I'm just gonna am I coming to like the corner of this building manor?
Yeah, you're about where the corner is, up just north a little bit. Still north, kind of northwest up in there in the tree line still a little bit. So you're kind of just sneaking your way up to the front.
Okay, so and there's
3 guys outside.
how big are they?
I mean, they're all 3 about 6 foot. One's kind of lanky. The other guys are kind of average build.
Okay.
They each have a short sword in their hand. That's it.
Okay. And there's no doors or anything in my sight that I can see.
You can see the north side now. You saw the gate they came out of, and you see that it does lead into what appears to be a courtyard.
But that's not the same way that Johnny went in.
I don't know. You don't know where Johnny's at.
I know. I was just wondering if you'd throw me a bone there. Okay. But they're not like guarding like that entrance.
No, they're looking for you, so they're kind of fanning out. One's heading west into the tree line a little bit, like he's heading that way.
Towards me?
Well, he's kind of going past you. You're kind of northwest. He's heading
Okay.
straight west, so he's about to go past you. The guy up, one of the guys that was in the center, he's kind of hanging out by the entrance, and the other guy's heading to the other side of the building, heading east.
Okay, so if there's still a tree line kind of like turning the corner and in front of that courtyard, I'm going to keep doing that.
Okay.
And then I will have my longbow pulled, like, so I can, if the guys are running, are they running?
They're kind of fast-paced walking, not necessarily running, because they want to kind of keep, they're surveying the area.
Okay, while they're doing that, and the further they get, I will walk the tree line to go up and then hopefully hit that guy with all my might.
Okay, so you've kind of made your way as far as you can go, but there's now a trail that kind of leads north out of this place. So if you go any further, you're going to be in that trail. The guy who went east has turned the corner. He is now looking on that side of the building. The guy on the west has just broke into the tree line, so it is just you and the guy who's guarding the front
That's
door.
what I thought. Okay, so yeah, that's what I plan on doing is
Taking a shot?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Well, all you have is a crossbow, right? Or a bow.
But I was just looking through my equipment and I saw that I have like a pet mouse, and I'm like, how can I use this pet mouse to confuse this guy? But I'll save that for another time. So I'll use my longbow to shoot this mofo.
All right, go ahead and roll.
18 plus 9.
That definitely hits.
And let me see if I have anything that does like double the damage or anything. I don't think I do.
I don't think you do either.
Okay. Oh man. Okay, 2 plus 3.
All right. Yeah. So you shoot off the arrow. You get this guy basically in the gut. Like it is right through his stomach, and he is hurting and writhing in pain. But he is not dead. But he is hurting, and he drops to the ground. And he can't quite get a yell out because he's just like.
And he's the only guy out there.
Right now, yes.
Okay, then I run past him. He's on the ground.
Okay. So you run past him into the entrance?
Yeah.
Okay. You do, and as you run past him into the entrance, he finally kind of rips that arrow out of his stomach, and he starts to yell out intruder as you enter the manor. And Varak, we are now back to you. Do you want to go ahead and make another stealth check to free your hands?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
You can do it.
15.
Oh, yep, that is another success.
Yes. Okay.
I hope you're telling the truth because we cannot see your rolls.
Promise I am. I
looked
got
at
real
it.
nervous about that one.
I looked at it. It was honest. It was an honest. He actually said something a little bit lower because it was too good.
And so you can feel that as you are working your hands and those ropes that are binding you, you feel them loosening up, and you're like, oh man, they're almost there. And at this point, the same crazy old cook kind of walks back over to you now, and he's like, are you sure, young man? Because I would hate for such a nimble man like you to perish in such a way. You can still join us.
Is this the adventure where we finally all die?
I think it is.
Like, are we gonna die?
It could be.
This might be the end of it.
I'm trying to get to you, buddy, so I can just punch him
Right?
in the jaw.
I say I never said no. I just said let's wait for everybody else.
He says, but I need you to drink now. I need you to pledge your allegiance to Talina.
Why now? What's about to happen? Can't we just wait? My fellow adventurers, we do everything together. We do this all together. You saw us when you first met us. You met all of us. We go everywhere together. We almost die together all the time. So I'm not going to do this just by myself.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Is that a D20 also?
Yes, D20 plus your perception.
Or persuasion.
Persuasion.
Not.
Okay, persuasion.
12.
Okay, he says, I understand rituals. I understand it's important for you to want to do this with your friends, so I will not deny you the honor of taking and pledging your allegiance to Talina without your friends being by your side. And he walks back to his post, and go ahead and make one more check for me.
For the stealth?
Yes.
Ugh. 8.
That is a failure.
Dang it.
So that's one failure.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right, Turk, back to you. You hear the sound of the man yelling behind you, intruder, and you hear the shuffling of feet outside. You now find yourself in the mess hall, where you see two giant elk heads on the back wall. You see two doors to your left. The first one to the left has been opened. The one on the right is open, and the two in the rear have not been opened yet. And you start to hear the sound of kind of chatter coming from within the building. Where do you go? Or what do you do?
And there's no indication of where Varak could have went. Correct?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Ooh, Ooh, 19 plus 3.
Okay, you notice that there is a you notice that there is a little vial that was broken on the ground. That you remember that Varak had that he put poison in. You see that it is crushed on the ground there, and you see that it is immediately to your left, close to where that first door on the left is that is open.
Okay, then that's my only guess. So maybe I can roll another thing.
There's a guy running behind you now. He's almost to the entrance. The guy you shot in the gut, and he has a sword drawn. And he's running in.
And he's the only guy around so far.
You hear the other two footsteps coming, and they're about to turn the corner. And he is still running at you full speed.
I run into the room that's open on the left.
Okay, and so as you run into that door, you notice as you run in, and you kind of, you're running away, you kind of look as you kind of turn, and you're trying to get your bearings. You notice the familiar outline of a Dragonborn character to your left through the open doorway. And Johnny, you hear this commotion coming from behind you, and as you and your partner had walked into that room and saw those 4 guys hanging out having a smoke in the stairway, you hear the commotion come from behind you, and you turn around and you see Turk almost out of breath like she's been running. Johnny, what do you do?
Oh, well, crap. I wave it.
I'm like, hey, buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
You said it.
I'm kidding. It was a joke.
It wasn't in her character voice, so
Yeah.
there.
Thank you.
So let me get this straight. I have 4 people in front of me.
Yes, you were just kind of having a smoke. They paid you no attention when you came in, but now everybody realizes this commotion as this half-elf just kind of runs in.
Okay. She's in the room with the linens, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I really just want to
Why are you laughing?
because I want to I want to just put sheets on and pretend to be ghosts. But I don't think that would work.
Boo.
But okay, so the 4 people are now coming towards us, and there's people coming from behind.
Well, the 4 people are trying to figure out what the heck's going on as they're kind of like, what, who's that? And at this point, the guy that was chasing Turk has now barged his way through the door, holding his gun.
No, hold on. I was trying to get a lay of the land because I didn't fully understand where things were. So
yeah.
That wasn't a time frame. That was me just trying to understand what's going on.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, they are trying to figure out. They just saw Turk, so they're kind of confused. Mm-hmm. They're not threatened right now. They just are confused why this half-elf female came running through the door. So they're still not at the point of feeling threatened. They're just kind of like, wait, what's going on? But you see the fear in Turk's eyes as she's running from something, and you hear the noises coming from behind her.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the cue from Turk and kind of give my head a motion to her to follow me, and I'm gonna push old dude out the door in front toward the 4 people that are just hanging. How much of an area do they take up? It's like a hallway, right?
Where the 4 guys are is a stairwell that leads up. It's a pretty large stairwell. So they're on one half of the stairwell, while there's still room for people to walk past.
Okay, all right, but okay. So and how far up are they? Well, it doesn't.
Maybe they were maybe 4 steps up, not very far up, but they're kind of standing now.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna look out the door and hit them with my breath weapon.
The 4 guys?
Yeah.
All right, you just do it.
Yeah. So that's you have to roll a dexterity check.
All right, let me pull up their stats here. All right, they are kind of dexterous. That is a 10 plus 1, so 11.
That does not make it. Was this a surprise round for me?
How much damage do they take?
Was this a surprise round for me?
Yes, because they did not know you're going to do that.
So does that mean I get to use my sneak attack with my breath weapon?
Okay.
I can? Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's 12 points of damage.
Oh snap! So here's the scene. Like, Turk runs in, you kind of see her, and with a split second thought of like, oh crap, what do I do? You turn around, you open your mouth, your breath weapon comes out, and these guys. So what is your breath weapon again? Is it lightning?
It is lightning.
Okay, yeah. So you just send this surge of electricity through these four guys as it's kind of connecting and going through all four of them in like this circular motion as they all just fall down and are completely dead.
Yes.
Wow.
See, and then I turned
Kudos.
to the guy and I was like, "Told you I'm good."
And at this point, the man has broken through and is now behind Turk. And Turk, he is lunging at you with his sword.
How did he know I was in here?
He chased you.
Did he do a perception check?
It's not that hard to chase you. While you were focusing on what Johnny was doing, he hops in and he lunges at you with his sword. But he rolled terribly because of the injury. And so he kind of stumbles
right.
past you as he goes at you with his sword. He's kind of knocked off balance from the injuries as you notice that and turn around.
And I'm like, oh, hello.
Yeah, you see his two buddies also appear through the door as they're trying to assess the situation. So, what do you do?
I'm gonna chop his head off. That's what
Wow.
Which guy? The guy that lunged at you?
Yeah.
All right. Make your attack, and then we're gonna roll for initiative.
Just,
Casual stuff.
if you're gonna go stabbing, then I'll go stabbing back. So, maybe not. Okay, 4 plus 4 is 8.
So you stab for him, but you also miss as you you lunge your weapon into the ground next to him, and his two buddies kind of chuckle. And let's roll for initiative.
Including Varak?
Not Varak.
19.
I got a 19.
Hey!
Hi-oh.
Initiative Twinkies.
My initiative's plus 3.
Oh, mine's
Since
plus
Turk is
1.
closest, we'll let her be first in the
but I
order.
had okay. All right. That's we're playing this game.
Hey, you got to take 4 people out.
Yeah, and I was trying to hold off on saving my breath weapon. I was trying to get through this without attacking anybody.
Your buddy rolled an 11,
My man.
so he is third. I'm calling him Buddy.
Clever.
Good name.
And the 2 bandits rolled terrible, so they are going last. So first in the order, we have Turk. You realize your weapon has just went into the ground. Actually, before we do this, Varak, we are back to you.
Okay.
Go ahead and make another roll.
Okay. Oh, gosh. 5.
No!
That is another fail.
Yeah.
The next one seals the deal.
At this point, both Crazy Old Kook and the other guy come up to you, and they said, sorry, my friend, but things are getting a little tense. We're going to need to hurry and speed this up now. As one of them goes to grab the bowl, and the other starts to hold your neck into place.
What?
And we are now back to initiative. Turk, you are up.
Wish I was there. Okay, I'm just, but do I still have my great axe in my hand, or do I have to pull it out?
It's still in your hand.
Okay, so I'm just gonna use it again with the guy on the ground. Try my best. 18 plus 4. I think that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Now I gotta get 312. Okay. 3 plus 2.
That was enough to finish him off since he was already wounded pretty good.
Sucker! That's what I say as I chop his head off.
So yeah, you guys notice this sick moment where Turk just kind of laughs as she runs her axe through the head of this guy and cleans it clear off. And you start to, at this point, you start to hear noise coming from further down this hallway, more shouts of guys that are coming from hearing this commotion and the alarms of the guys that were yelling as they were coming in the building. So you don't see them yet, but you hear commotion of more people coming, and it is now Johnny's turn.
How many people? So she killed the guy on the ground.
Yep, so you have 2 that are in front of Turk.
Okay.
That have weapons drawn, and you hear a commotion coming from further down the hallway, but you don't see any bodies yet.
Further behind me, where the 4 guys were?
No, in front of you, because now you're where you were, where those guys were that you just incinerated.
Mm-hmm.
So on the other side of the spectrum, Turk was behind you, and then in front of her, there's that hallway past the linen closet where you originally came in. And there's a long hallway that leads down there, and you hear commotion coming from down there, not the stairwell. So you have the stairwell behind you that goes up, and then you have the hallway in front of you, which is blocked by those 2 guys in front of Turk, and the commotion coming from down that hallway.
Okay. I think I understand. How close are they to us?
Oh, they're about 10 feet in front of Turk.
Okay, so,
so you're about 10 feet behind Turk.
Okay. Well, then I am. I'm gonna move. Well, I'm gonna look at Buddy, and I'm gonna be like,
okay,
you stick with me, and we're good. Don't try anything funny. And then I'm going to go up and attack the first person that I can reach.
Okay.
Like bad guy, obviously.
Okay, what are you going to attack him with?
My rapier.
All right, go for it.
Rapier.
My rapier. And that's going to hit 17 plus 6. Some numbers.
Oh, yeah.
23. All right, so that hits.
Roll damage. Roll damage.
Roll the
yep,
damage.
Roll damage.
All right. And that would be 8 damage.
Oh, yeah. He was a weak link. You slide him through.
Cool.
Yep. So you run your rapier through, and his friend, who is just standing there, sees his friend now have a rapier shoved through him, and his other buddy with his head chopped off starts to pee his pants a little, and he starts to run down the hallway to the direction in fear of the noise. Do you guys let him go?
I'll take an opportune attack, like with my longbow.
Well, he wasn't in the same square as you, but Johnny could.
Dang it.
Okay, so I could like shoot him with my crossbow?
Yeah, if you want to take an opportunity attack against him.
Sure, why not? Okay. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's a 1, my dude.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, I mean, so you misfire. The arrow goes up and just sticks into the ceiling.
I mean, it makes sense. I just like killed this guy. Like I'm imagining I was like running and did like a cool like slide on my knees and just like cut the big artery or whatever, and the dude like bleeds out. And as I'm sliding, I pull the crossbow and try to shoot, but obviously I'm not that good. I don't know.
Yeah, it runs. Okay, so at this point, he's running down, and all of a sudden, you see this wall of people coming from down the hallway. I'm talking like 20 guys running down this hallway. Your only way out is you can possibly make it through that door really fast, or you can go up the stairwell.
Up the stairs. Let's go.
What do you guys do?
Let's go up the stairs.
I'll follow you.
All right, you're running up the stairs. You head up the stairs. You are running. You now find yourself in another hallway. There's a long hallway that goes down, and there are 2 doors to the right, or you can go straight down the long hallway to what looks like a pretty old brass door, and the doors on your right are just small, simple wooden doors.
Where is Varak?
I want to
Find him.
kick open the door on the right.
Okay, you kick open the door. You see some bedrolls. You see some cabinets. This looks to be like maybe just someone's little sleeping area. And there's another door on the other end of this room is shut as well.
I'm going to... I don't know. What do you think?
You hear the sounds of footsteps coming up the stairs.
Kick in the.
Okay, let's just go in there.
Okay,
We'll
kick in
check
the
it
other
out.
door.
It leads to a very big open area. There's a couple small little like cubicle looking things in the middle, but in this area you see a very large man with probably about 10 to 15 other bandits around him. This is kind of like the war room where they kind of set up their plans and everything, and all eyes turn and are fixed on you.
I'm having some real bad flashbacks right now.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
So your options are you can still make it back out. So there, you notice that you're
I will
now
say
in
this.
this giant room with all these people.
Look, I will say
Go
this.
ahead.
My original plan in this was to kick in the first door and then kick in the second door in the hallway, and I didn't clarify that that's what I meant, so I'm not going to argue it, but that's what I meant. So
You meant to what?
I meant to like kick in the first door but not go into that room, and then kick in the next door down the hall but not go into that room, and then try to get into the brass door.
Well, Lauren said just go in the room.
Right, I know.
yeah, that's what I figured is what you.
Oh, I
Right.
see. Okay, yeah.
Again,
Okay, so where you find yourself now is your options are you still have time to backtrack and get out of that room because they haven't quite made it up the stairs yet, or you can just hang out in that giant room with all the people.
That's. You want to just keep running?
yeah, keep running.
All right.
So back out the room.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're out of the hallway. So there's another door to your right, and then there's a brass door at the far end.
Kick the
So you're.
kick the door on the right. I don't think I'd be able to kick the brass door.
All right, so you kick the door to the right, and it is it's a library.
Is anyone in it?
No one is in there.
Oh dang it!
Looks like a private quarter library. There's just some few books kind of hanging out and a desk, but there's no other door.
Shut the door. Yeah.
Do what?
We shut the door behind us and hide?
So you're gonna go in the
Dude,
library?
what do you think?
Is there anything to hide behind in this
Books?
library?
It's just a small room with a wooden door.
And there's nothing. There's no like chairs or.
No, just a couple shelves of books, a little office desk.
Yeah, I don't think that's
All
enough,
right,
man.
into the brass door room.
All right, at this point, you see that huge wave of people are now up the stairs, running down the hallway towards you. All have swords drawn. There's a couple arrows that go whiz past you, and you are now making your way to the brass door. And as you get to the brass door, what do you do?
Open it.
Try to open it.
No.
All right, who's first?
Me.
Yeah.
All right, you open the door, and as you swing open the door, you see two cloaked, hooded men holding a halfling on the ground as they are trying to force something down his throat.
We bum rush him.
Yeah. I take one, you take
Yeah.
one.
All right, make an attack.
What kind of attack?
Okay.
There's still,
Like a
I don't know,
strike?
but there's a lot of guys coming at you.
Okay, I'll just like.
This is 18.
17. I don't know what to add
I don't
to
either.
that.
So, yes, you are able to run your weapons through them, and you do it enough to. You don't need to roll damage on this. They're pretty weak little cultist guys. Johnny, you run your knife through Crazy Old Cook, who looks at you with kind of a weird look on his face, like he recognizes you as you run him through.
I kiss his forehead.
And Turk, same thing. You run your axe through the throat of the guy who's holding next to him. Varak, what do you do?
I scream, I told you they'd be here.
All right, so they're dead. Varak, you're still tied up, and you still hear the sound of 20, 30 guys coming down the
enjoy
I
hallway.
just grab
Ties,
everyone and we jump through the portal.
Okay. Yeah, so you grab everyone and you jump through the portal.
Yeah.
As you jump through the portal, you find yourself in the middle of this room that is it's like a very ancient looking building. It's kind of dark and kind of drafty in there. And as you make your way through this door and you kind of get your bearings, you notice that in front of you is kind of like, it looks like a little altar, and you see 4 or 5 cultists holding, getting these bowls, and they're kind of all starting to drink a little bit. And you see a bunch of lizard folk that are being held down on tables, and these lizard folk are being fed these bowls of this blackness. And you see that this seems to be some kind of sacrificial chamber. And as you all appear, every one of those cultists stands up and looks at you, and they all point.